Hello everybody and welcome to BioShock 2. I'm taking a stand. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I've been working on it, and I actually did a dry run type episode just to see how it would run with the recording software, and I actually ended up having to scrap the software because there was a crash in there. There was a jump cut. My Steam, somebody had came on my Steam and I got the notification for that and it looked really tacky. So I'm gonna try it again. I'm actually gonna put this one online, rain, hell or high water. I am putting it on. So just as a quick disclaimer, my no swearing rule out the window for this game. There's going to be characters dropping S-bombs, dropping F-bombs. There's going to be, no nudity or anything like that, but it's a gore game for sure. It is in the horror, survival, first-person shooter type genre, and there is going to be a lot of swearing. So, I'm going to sort of lighten up on my no swearing rule for myself, and I may be doing some swearing as well. So that's just a disclaimer for any parents who might be overhearing this and not want their kids to watch, or anybody in general who's just turned off by the salty sailor language. But I am not going to put the age restriction on, just because I think, people can use their better judgment, see that this is a gory game, and if they're not into that kind of thing, they can, are they welcome to watch one of my other more family-friendly videos, which I'm cool with. I totally understand. You're not by any means obligated to watch this if it's not your thing. Now, this is BioShock 2. My reasoning behind picking BioShock 2, I love it. It is my favorite in the BioShock series. Didn't really care as much for Infinite. It's not like the end-all be-all of the series for me. And even though I like the story of BioShock 1 a little better, I like the game mechanics in BioShock 2 more, and that was a major deciding factor for me. I love the game mechanics in this game. You're going to see a bit of that. Basically, you can use your plasmid, your powers, and your gun, or whatever weapon you have equipped at the same time. And that makes things so much better. It is a world of difference between BioShock 2 and BioShock 1. So, you've heard enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get going on this game. I'm going to go ahead and do medium for this Let's Play, just because easy, it's just, enemies are just cannon fodder. They die to one bullet and it's too easy. But hard, you can unload a clip into a single splicer and not even, scratch the surface of his health. So medium is sort of a nice middle ground. Enemies aren't player fodder, but they're not impossible to kill. So this game is really good at balancing out its easy, medium, and hard. So medium is definitely the way to go. And so without further ado, let's dive right into Rapture, get into BioShock 2. Now, what we missed from the first game, since I'm probably not going to, or if I do, it'll be later, without giving spoilers, what we missed from BioShock 1 is that, a man ends up in an airplane, ends up crashing in the water, and just stumbles across the entrance to the city of Rapture. Rapture is an underwater dystopia. It used to be a utopia, and basically fought his way through. We'll get a little more into some other story mechanics throughout, but for now, let's go ahead and watch the opening cutscene. It's absolutely beautiful. I love Rapture so much. It's just that Art Deco style, very appealing to me, and just the creepiness, eeriness. There's something about being in a dark, desolate underwater wasteland that is just so fun to me.
Look, Daddy, it's you. Let's go out to play, Daddy. More angels, Daddy. This way.
This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
Alright, guys, taking a stand right back at you. A couple of things that I feel it doesn't really explain all that well in this cutscene, and why it doesn't make a good standalone game, is that it didn't explain necessarily that, first of all, what the little girl was doing there to that dead body. She was collecting what's called Adam from its liver. Now, Adam is what allows people's bodies to work well with these superpowers. Oh, I'll explain a little more after this. Alright, so back at it. Adam is basically what allows the people of Rapture to use their superpowers. Rapture was an anarchy, a controlled anarchy, basically, in that there was no laws or restrictions against really anything. So scientists were free to research as they please, and were allowed to do things like genetic manipulation, things of that nature. And so they eventually developed a way to give people superpowers. And Adam is what fuels that, basically. But there's only a finite amount of Adam in all of Rapture, because they have to harvest it from these little leeches or slugs that live in the ocean, that they've sort of genetically modified to be a good fuel source for that. But since there's only a finite amount, they've genetically modified these little girls into being almost Rapture's garbage collectors. What they do is they go over to the body of a person who has died, and they collect all the Adam from their liver, which is why you see them with those little spike guns. And so they collect all the Adam. Now, what was happening with the whole shoot yourself in the head thing, basically what happened there is big daddies, which is what I am, they're, because of the way they're programmed, they were real people, but they were eventually programmed to be psychically connected to a little girl. In the earlier days of Big Daddies, which is what I am, they were only linked to one little girl, which for me it was that little girl, Eleanor. And they had what's called a Big Daddy and Little Sister relationship. So with that whole shoot yourself in the head thing, Big Daddies are actually very susceptible to a certain type of mind control plasmid. Plasmids being those superpowers we talked about earlier. And basically, that would be a big sister. That's what happens when a little sister hasn't shaken off her mental reconditioning and is allowed to grow into an adult. But yeah, basically, I'm susceptible to a plasmid as a Big Daddy that's a mind control plasmid. And makes me very, very suggestible. They'll basically listen to any order you give them. Which is why I shot myself. Now, what brought me back was a thing called a Vita Chamber, which someone, I'm not going to give spoilers here, must have reprogrammed to work with my genetic code and bring me back from the dead. Which is another one of the advanced technologies that this game, that happens in Rapture. So what I also like is, in lieu of lots and lots of cutscenes to establish backstory and anything like that, we find these little tape players all over the place, and what you do is just pick them up, and you can choose whether or not you want to listen to them, and I think we're going to.
Lesson 1, mob jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter of rain on your hat, you're already fired. Lesson 2. You can jumpstart a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
And boom. Goodbye. And I'm of course going to be doing a lot of looting in this game. So the way I play this game is a bit different than a lot of people, in that a lot of people like to just zoom through this game and sort of, you know, just screw everything up, fuck everyone over as much as they can. I like to take my time and explore, because every little bit helps. You can find random bits of ammo, you can find, you know, random money, you can find anything with an item shimmer is going to be useful to you in some way, shape, or form. Like, that's right there is drill fuel. That's what powers my awesome drill arm here. So we're about to hit another cutscene, slight one though. So basically, I'm getting visions of my little sister again. So I'm going to be taking this. This is where you buy plasmids and stuff. So I'm going to take it. Have no idea where I got that syringe from, but I will accept it. So what's happening is my genetic code is being rewritten to allow for my body to hold and store massive amounts of electricity, which expresses itself as this plasmid
Daddy
here.
was sleeping for such a long time, and Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better. Daddy!
So this big sister is trying to protect this little sister from me. For some reason, she doesn't trust me, even though I am a big daddy. So she obviously has lost her trust for at least certain types of big daddies, at least in the Alpha series, which is what the generation of big daddy I came from. So that's why she picked her up just there. If you noticed, she was carrying the same doll that Eleanor made, or at least the same type of doll, the baseball head, the matchbook on the back for my breathing apparatus, and a little like lighter spring as my drill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a few of these Eve hypos. Eves are what recharges the atom and allows you to use your superpowers further. And combo. Okay, so I'm gonna hop on down there and loot their bodies for some awesome money, health, things of that nature. Boom, bandages, fantastic. Alright, so we move on. So down the stairs we go. I love this glowing, luminescent coral that they got going on here. Did I, like, go the wrong way or something? I feel like maybe I did do. I'm just gonna, you know, casually head back up these stairs. Pretend like I didn't just screw up. Okay, so, through the store, crouch. Right, okay, I forgot to turn on the generator. Sometimes those little stories that you pick up will give you little hints, which I completely forgot to do by turning on the generator. Gotta get around to this side and turn on the generator. There we go, that'll bring electricity back to the place. Okay, there we go. Lamb is watching.
At last, a signal. You, who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
Oh wait, so I did go the wrong way again. Okay, so I am not supposed to go this way. I'm going to follow the quest arrow. The quest arrow being the best device in gaming history, in that it helps noobs like me not screw up everything. Crawl. There we go. Now. Okay, I missed a right turn at Albuquerque here. Another Big Daddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, homie. We're cut from the same cloth, you and I. Oh, you see, he's using a rivet gun to patch holes. Big Daddies, being so strong and being the only ones that can survive out in the water, are used often as maintenance men of Rapture. They will patch up what needs to be patched up. Clearly, he's slacking on his duties, but then again, he probably doesn't have too many friends, based off of how many you had to kill in the last game.
To my daughter, Eleanor, soon you will be born, and Rapture will be your home. You shall be raised as I was, to advance the common good through social psychiatry. This city's potential is immeasurable, Eleanor, yet our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, Rapture will come to us.
So, in the last game, there are 3 separate endings, and if you notice, some of these splicers, this one obviously wasn't, but carry a wrench, a red wrench, as their weapon. And that's to sort of throw out an Easter egg to one of the endings of the last BioShock game. And that's the quickest way to dispense with people who are in the water.
Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, you are not alone.
So, I'm going to actually talk through the overhead of Eleanor Lamb, the current leader of Rapture. Just because if I shut up every time she started talking, I would never talk, essentially. So I'm going to talk through her a lot of the time. Sometimes I may let her talk, but most of the time, no. But yeah, either way, back to the red wrench thing. So there are 3 separate endings, a good ending, a bad ending, and a neutral ending, basically depending on how many little sisters you decide to kill or save. And basically meaning that if you could either kill them and harvest all the Adam that they were storing in their bodies, or you could save their lives, get less Adam from them, and in exchange, the person who created the little sisters would do favors for you, like give you free plasmids, lots of little gifts, tons of money, tons of Eve, things like that. And or even bonus atoms. So I always found it more economical to go the good path, but for the people who go the bad path, basically, without a whole lot of spoilers, the main character ends up ruling Rapture with an iron fist, and the splicers all look up to him, which is why they use a red wrench, as it was the weapon he used. So that's sort of why some of them are using wrenches now as weapons.
But here it is, and it's real. Rapture. This is where that thing took my poor baby girl. From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins. But there were lights here and there, and shapes moving. I'm rambling, scared, I guess. But maybe, if I find this Dr. Lamb I keep hearing over the PA, I'll find Cindy too.
So, what that's implying is that a lot of people had who lived on the surface actually had children who were kidnapped and experimented on for the whole little sister experiments, turning them into those little these guys. So.
Big sister doesn't want you playing with me.
So the reason that little girl wanted to play with me is because she thinks that I am her Big Daddy. Basically, all the little sisters are now linked to all of the modern day Big Daddies. So she thinks I am let's see. So I'm gonna hunt around here for a bit, see if I can't find a little bit of HP up, or some potted meats, something like that, just so that we aren't going in there with like next to nothing. Drill fuel is always nice to see. There we go, some canned meat. Let's see if I can't find a couple of health packs. Alcohol, perfect. Backstory.
Diane insisted that we spend a weekend at the Adonis, and already I find myself seeking a respite from my vacation. And she deems it necessary to chide me for working. The words dissolve into an endless animal bleat. I founded Rapture to be free of law and God, to live among those for whom work is our wage. Yet, when Diane speaks of bearing my child, I am given pause. Till now, I had never considered my legacy. Perhaps after the new year.
So the guy who was just speaking there is Andrew Ryan. He's the guy who founded Rapture initially and was the ruler and the main antagonist of BioShock 1. And basically what he was talking about there is his child. He had never really thought about a lineage before, so he was considering, at least at the time of making that audio diary, the idea of having a child, which becomes relevant if you know the lore of the series, but I'm not going to get into at the moment for spoilers' sake. So there is going to be a lot of spoiler warnings, as this is the sequel, and a lot of you may or may not have played the first game. So this is where it comes in handy that we live inside a scuba suit, right? So basically I just got to get to the nearest part of Rapture that's not absolutely flooded and make my way to somewhere dry.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But Rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
So there we see one of the newer Big Daddy styles that they added to this game. That type of Big Daddy wasn't actually in the first game, so maybe it's regional to this sector of Rapture, or something that can be explained away that way. And it's a little interesting fight there. What you can see is these splicers. Splicers were people who are addicted to the plasmids and changing their DNA and the chemicals and stuff, because they are highly addictive, according to the lore. And which is why they want to get that little sister, because she is a walking battery for them. Just walking, power juice. And the Big Daddy's job is to defend them. That's their main goal in life, is to defend the little sisters at all costs, because people will try to hurt them, people will try to kill them. The splicers can literally sniff out the nearest source of Adam and attack it for their gain, even if it is a small child. People obviously lose all sense of moral, when they're spliced up like that. So that's what we saw there, was a little battle to defend one of the little sisters. Can I get anything from there? Nope. I love just these beautiful, beautiful surroundings. So take a look at all of these, like, plant life, and this game, the animals, and of course what is left of Rapture. It's just such a beautiful, beautifully done game. I absolutely love it. I love visually appealing, very stylized games. I swear 90% of the reason I will play a game is not necessarily if it has graphics, but if it just looks cool. Like, it doesn't even have to be like modern day 1080p 60 frames per second. you know, hyper realism graphics, but if it's pretty in its own way, I'll probably at least give it a go. If it's very draws off of the environment of the game to add to the ambiance, because a lot of games nowadays don't do it. They'll just throw you into a generic, random, you know, could be anywhere type of situation. But games like this, you are in Rapture, you're in an underwater dystopia, or in BioShock Infinite, you're in Columbia, a floating city, a steampunk utopia among the clouds. I mean, games like that are so good. Like Elder Scrolls Online, you're going through Tamriel, one of the most beautiful continents in game history. Metal Gear Solid, you're in a disposal facility in Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's a very dark and dreary type of place, and it's so pretty.
You arrive, as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
So yeah, like, I am very much into visuals. I'm a very visual person. And so if a game can catch my attention just by being pretty, and it also has a good story to boot, I will be, like, thoroughly impressed with the game, and I'll probably sink hundreds of hours into it and replay it numerous times, or things like that. I'm a sucker for something that looks really, really good on my monitor. And this game certainly fits that bill. Or even games that just have their own unique style, something that isn't necessarily done before, like the cell shading style of Wolf Among Us for sure, but also Borderlands.
They're drug addicts, vicious animals.
I love Borderlands. The weapon system is so great in Borderlands. And I also love that cell shading look, which is why I like Wolf Among Us, because it's got that too, and Walking Dead. Obviously the Telltale version, not the first-person survival horror version of the game, which I absolutely hated. Boom. Boom. So what I just did there was hack the door, get myself through. I'ma eat some meat. Don't take that out of context. I'm going to walk through this door now, and of course, since I can't shoot people with a hacking gun, I'm gonna hack this bad boy here. Beat hack, and boom. So if you hack, you hit the blue thing, you're gonna get a bonus something from that device. I don't know necessarily what it's gonna be with this robot buddy here of mine, but basically, this guy's a security drone, but now he works for me. He's gonna fuck bitches up. So basically, if anybody tries to attack me, that drone is going to save their life. Well, that's not very nice. You don't just drop a train on someone. So I'm gonna hack that in a minute. Hold on, my boom. No. There we go. So, the reason you always want to hack the health stations, shut up, Sophia Lamb, is because if you hack them, it not only is cheaper to use, gives you a free health pack if you get the blue hacking minigame thing. I don't know what I would even call that. But it also sends out a poisonous gas if anyone other than you tries to use it, because an interesting mechanic in this game is that the splicers can heal themselves up at any nearby health station, so they will attempt to do that to make the fight last longer and also increase the difficulty of the game a little bit, which is really interesting. And not a lot of games give the enemies a source of healing just as if it were the main protagonist. Because that's one thing, a game logic thing that everybody has seen, a trope that everyone has seen. Player has all these vast amounts of healing items around them, and is the only one who uses them. What sense does that make? If I were one of these splicer guys, I'd probably find bag of potato chips, rivet gun ammo, and a health station, and immediately use like all of them if I was in a fight and knew that they would boost my health big time.
I'm told that the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. Have they missed the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the checkup police vanishing them in the night? Regardless,
I'm gonna finish this
Lamb
audio
is said
real
to be
quick.
the foremost practitioner in her field. Fine. If she can quiet the rattling of the great chain's weakest links, I will leave her to it.
Alright, so that was basically just explaining that Sophia Lamb is the, was a psychiatrist that Andrew Ryan had hired because people were obviously suffering from depression from not getting enough vitamin D from the sun. Which, you know, makes sense. It does happen. And also, just a little tidbit here, anytime you see these hand butterflies or just any butterflies around, it means you're on the track to Sophia Lamb, or there's something to do with Lamb nearby. For some reason, butterflies are her symbol. So, I'm going to go in here now, press that, and activate cutscene. There we go.
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10
There's-
years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born. I don't know how you survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden. Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of love.
So there's a weird texture glitch going on or something. It's not supposed to be green like that. Only that TV and that TV were working right. So. Oh, whoa, whoa. Obviously, I need to find my way out of here fast. Well, that was fast. I will give it that. Yes, thank you, game. Search corpses for loot, as if I haven't been doing that already. Yep, any dead body has the potential for gloriousness. And goriness.
Now you know of the enemy we share, Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
So Tenenbaum is the one who created the Little Sisters, and that's why she's looking for you. She has information relevant to you at the moment because by extension of creating the Little Sisters, she probably also took a hand in creating the Big Daddies. You know, you create a weak and feeble yet powerful being. You need to create someone who's powerful yet easily influenced to help protect them. So we've activated another Vita chamber, so if we end up dying for some reason, like my newishness, we will end up right back here in that Vita chamber. Vita chamber? I think it's Vita.
Careful, security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, they can be made to serve you.
So now, anytime they see a splicer, it will attack the security camera, and all the relevant bots that they send out will attack these guys instead of me. So now all security cameras work for me. Or at least that security camera. As long as I hack them, they'll work for me. Real oil. Free monies. Now you'd think, why do you need money in a dystopian society? Taking a stand. Why would you need money? Well, I'm gonna answer that for you. I'm gonna answer it for you guys, just because you keep asking me. You keep asking. So basically, there are vending machines scattered throughout that give you food, money, health packs, or not money, food, health packs, hypos, stuff like that, gun modifications, and that money works in those vending machines.
Eleanor, I know you're awake in there. I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
Okay, Eleanor, I'll find you. Ooh, Eve Hypo. Before I do anything, I'm gonna search through a lot of these things here. Perfect. Okay, so a free plasmid is a free plasmid is a free plasmid. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. Assign a slot.
Throw objects at foes. You can even catch grenades and throw them back.
Well, that's an oddly specific example. Yes, you just explained that. So, just to show you guys how it works. This actually sends out quite a bit of stuff. Boom. So I'm just catching random things and sending them flying back. So basically, it's just sending out all sorts of free goodies for me to collect. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat the potted meat, drink the cure-all, potted meat, coffee, more cure-all, bam, boom, bam. Oh, move out of the way. There we go. So, oh, did I not check that? No, I checked that. I most certainly checked that. And so, ooh, dollars, lots and lots of dollars. It's weird. Some people take these swivel chairs and convert them into like turrets and rocket launchers and stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool and pretty clever for someone who's got a brain that's been completely disintegrated by drugs. So let me give you a practical demonstration of how this works. Hee hee. There we go. Whoa. Control. There we go. Whew, we did it, team. Alright, team taking the stand, heading down the stairs, ready for more action. After I search these corpses for their glorious, glorious loot. So now I'm going to keep the, drill, that's the word I was looking for. I'm going to keep the drill on me for a little bit. This is a cool feature. If the game is having trouble rendering all the corpses in the area, it'll turn some of them into little lunch boxes instead, or little toolboxes. And so if you notice that you killed somebody, the body's gone, there's probably going to be a lockbox or a footlocker in its place. Because that is the way this game is designed to cut down on rendering, which is actually pretty clever. So I'm going to go down here. See, doom, monies. I always search anywhere I can because there's something that'll make it worth my time. This game has goodies and goodies and goodies scattered just everywhere and all over the place, so I like to take my time and enjoy it, even though a lot of people prefer a much more fast-paced playstyle for games like this.
Sophia Lamb is using the splicers against you. Most big daddies are like her slaves, guarding the little ones. But someone has awakened you.
If by the end I can become OP by taking an extra 2 minutes to search for some goodies in the beginning, I'll do it. And a lot of this stuff really does add up, you know. There have been situations where I've been nearly dead because I forgot to explore, didn't find any health packs before going into a good boss battle, things like that. And so I always like to take my time and just make it worth my time to search just a bit. Let's see, so boop. And of course you'll always find
White is not black, Dr. Lamb. Down is not up, and straw is not gold. Look around you. Rapture is no miracle. It is a product of reason. Impossible unless 1 and 1 are 2, and A equates to A.
And yet, alone, each man is a prisoner to bias, dream, delusion, or the pain of a phantom limb. To one man, they are as real as rain. Reality is consensus, and the people are losing faith. Take a walk, Andrew. It is raining in Rapture, and you have simply chosen not to notice.
so even before the demise of Andrew Ryan, there was always a sort of political ongoing between the two of them, being Andrew Ryan and Sophia Lamb. She's always been sort of trying to take his place as leader of Rapture.
I know of your bond with Eleanor Delta. To save yourself, you will come for her. But Eleanor has a destiny, one you cannot share. There is no place for you in paradise.
So I'm going to go ahead and hack this vending machine, since it is going to be worth it to do it, because it's so easy in the beginning to hack these vending machines. It's always worth your time to just give it a little hack. So I am going to stock up Eve Hypo 5 Rivet Gun, boom. And you know what, I'm going to buy that remote hack dart. So there we go. And that's just the extra Rivet Gun ammo. So now I'm all prepped up and ready to go for anything that might be thrown at me. Yeah, all stocked up there.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for the role of evolution. Depression, fits of panic, sexual pathos, all responses to ancient selection pressure. The irony is that this theory is why Ryan's people invited me here. They mistake my study of natural law for the worship of competition. Remember, Eleanor, one must know the beast before it can be slain.
So, speaking of slaying beasts,
Quickly, head for the elevator.
elevator. Okay, so control elevator, and boom. All right, so, haha. Oh wait, wrong one. Take that, fools! I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, there must have been a security camera, because there's bots following me too.
Now, here is what the children tell me. You are a very old Big Daddy, bonded for life to a single little one. When you are apart for too long, your body begins to shut down like a coma. As long as the girl is in Rapture, you are trapped here as well. The name of your little one is Eleanor Lamb, daughter of Sophia. She is kept at Fontaine Futuristics on the other side of the city. You must go there and save her before it is too late.
Alright guys, I think after this long, glorious elevator ride, I'm gonna go ahead and call it an episode. Yep, Yep, as soon as I shoot this gentleman in the head as kindly as I possibly can. Oh, never mind. A trap rivet got him. Which, the good thing about trap rivets, they are harvestable, reusable. And basically, they do what you just saw. They have an infrared laser there, and whenever somebody, being a splicer, crosses them, you end up, it ends up just firing around into them, and it's usually a one-shot kill in the beginning, so that is rather handy. What I like to do is just set them up and around in a circle, set them up in the doorways, especially when there's wave after wave of enemies coming at you like there were down there. So, you know what? I think I'm going to call it an episode, like I said. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I've been waiting to give this game to you guys for so long, and so I'm glad I finally get the chance to do that for you guys. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Keep up the likes, keep up the views, keep up the comments. Somebody actually comment, please, please, please. I had a couple of comments early on a couple of my earlier videos, but I haven't really gotten any since then. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this game. Let me know what you think of my playstyle. What can I do to improve? And what games would you like to see in the future? If you'd like, I can do a video, and just sort of give you a view of my Steam library. Let you guys see for yourself what I've got access to. And if I don't own it, but own it through Steam Share, I'm still willing to play that for you as well. So, like I said, let me know what you want to see. I am willing to do just about anything for you guys to make you happy. I'm also going to be getting a capture card here soon, so I'm going to be doing some, maybe Metal Gear Solid 4, or you know, a couple of my favorite games from the PlayStation 3 era. Just because if I wanted to do a game on the PS4, I could just use the onboard capture with that. But with PS3, it's a little harder. You need the capture card, which I am getting soon. So I will bring that content to you soon. I'll probably do a one-off video of just some game. I'm not sure what. But on the PS3, just to test out that capture card and give you guys a little bit of a treat. So, remember to like this video if you've enjoyed it. Remember to comment for more. Or remember to comment to have epic discussions. Sorry about that. Remember to share this video so your friends can become my friends and we'll all be friends and they can watch this video too. And remember to subscribe for more videos like this. That's the one I was looking for. Remember to subscribe. I need some subscribers, guys. I'm up to 6. Let's see if we can't hit 10. I think you guys can do it. I think you guys can give me 10 subscribers. That's more than enough to ask for, right, guys? So go ahead, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Share it to your friends. Tell them to hit that subscribe button. I swear I've got more great stuff coming for you guys. As this channel grows and grows, you guys are gonna help me get it there. So it's all up to you, the viewers. I can only do so much from my part. I can only post the videos. I can't watch them for you. So, remember to do that. If you guys are having fun, let me know. Just leave it down in the comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. I know I keep saying this. I know I keep stressing it. But it's what needs to happen. You know, I'd love to hear from you guys. So, I think it's time to call it a night. I've been taking a stand. And as always, you guys have a great night. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.